Come on off. Please. Please come off. Well, good morning, YouTube, and welcome back to Retired for Life. So I've got a couple of new tools here I'm going to show you before we get on to our first little job. I wanted something quick, light, and easy to carry around with me for pruning while I'm on the lawnmower and that type of thing. So I found this very neat little tool by Still. I quite like this. It's not like it is, as you can see, teeny tiny little blade, but it's ideal for doing a little bit of pruning and that type of thing. It really looks like it'd be very slick. Now, I haven't used it yet. Obviously, it's sparkling clean because I haven't been out cutting grass, but it won't be too long before we do that. And the other thing that just came in is my high-pressure grease gun. Now, I looked at the battery-powered ones by DeWalt, and they were really very expensive. It was almost $300 for that grease gun, and I just wasn't willing to spend that kind of money. Now, I do have a couple of spots on the tractor, especially the backhoe, where it's very difficult to get grease into it. My regular grease gun just doesn't seem to do the job. So I've bought this, and it attaches to a battery drill. And it comes with the clamp-on grease fitting end, so that should really help. And this is just a spare battery drill that I have with one battery, so it's not like I'll need it all that often, but when you need it, you really need it. This is going to make greasing the tractor a lot quicker, and probably a lot of other things too. So I have not put a grease tube in it yet, so again, another thing to try out. But there it is, and I'll put a little bit of information up on the screen about both these items. As for what we're working on today, so I have here the head for a mosquito magnet. Now, we've had a couple of different types of machines, and they initially start working great. So this is the third type that we're trying. And again, like the other two, initially it worked great, but I can't get it to start up. This one runs off of electricity and propane, so it creates CO2 from burning propane. So I did a little bit of online research, and what I found was a lot of people were having trouble with the propane gas jet. So you can get these on Amazon. So I bought one, and we're going to install this, and hopefully it makes a difference. So I have taken the basket out of it. This is what captures the mosquitoes. And I am seeing a little felt piece or something like that down in the bottom here. The fan looks clean. I don't see any problems there. Everything else looks in pretty good shape. So next I want to separate the two halves. So I'm seeing 4 screw holes here. Okay, we're starting to come apart. All right, so that wasn't too bad. So you can see the heating chamber here. So the part I'm looking to get to is going to be on the end of this. So it looks like I need to take out this whole unit here, and I see 3 screws. Okay, we're going to try that. So we've got 1 screw in here, and then number 3. Now, will this all come out? I don't need to take the whole thing out all the way. Just need to watch I don't pinch any wires or anything. And then we need to get to this jet here. Okay, there we are. Yeah, there's our jet right there. Now there's our jet, and this end of it is definitely pretty dirty. Okay, all right, that looks like it'll have everything lined up. So we can go ahead and put this screw back in that holds the jet in place here. So don't over torque on these kind of screws. They are just going into plastic. All right, no pinched wires. Okay guys, this is a fairly lengthy process to get this thing started, but we'll see how it goes. So we're going to turn the propane on really slow. I'm going to put the mic right near this thing so you can hear it, hopefully. Okay, here we go. I'm going to switch it on. So the fan has started, and we should shortly hear it start sparking to try and light the thing. But it has to purge the air out first and get the propane into where the burner chamber is. So that takes a couple of minutes. Fan's going slow, and I can hear it clicking. But I don't hear it igniting. Yeah, no, it's not lighting. Fan's gone up to speed again. We're just waiting now to see if it's just going to shut down. There's a flashing light on the switch on the back. And if it ignites, that light should not stop flashing and just stay on. If it doesn't work, everything will power down and that light will just start flashing very quickly. Doesn't look good. And I feel no heat at all there. Well, now we've gone to the high-speed flash. So it's failed. So I'm going to unplug the power from it. So next on our little job list, I got a little ahead of myself with the John Deere. I noticed after I had the deck on and started greasing it up that the steering wasn't right. Now it's a rack and pinion steering, and I was greasing the rack and the pinion and discovered that both of them are in really bad shape. So I've got a new rack, a couple of new bushings for the steering column, and a new pinion. So we'll bring the John Deere back down here, get the mower deck back off of it, and see if we can get this these parts installed. Could have swore I did this already. Okay guys, so here's the rack and the pinion. So it looks like it should be fairly straightforward to get off of there. Now one of the bushings is behind here, so that's not hard to replace. And I think the other bushing is right there. Yeah, there is definitely play in there. Okay guys, well, let's see if we can give you a bit of a view here while we work with this. So what have I got here? I've got a 19 millimeter. And it is coming. Oh, look at that. Now, Let's see if we can get the tie rods off. Come on off. Please. Please come off. It looked like it should just drop off, but it sure doesn't want to. We'll leave them. Take these two off, and then we should be able to just drop the whole thing out. All right, let's find out what size this is. Okay, I can't tell for sure if there's a nut in the back of that or not. Ah, don't you love this stuff? Got it. Okay. Yeah, figures. I need to somehow get a wrench on that side. Okay. Now, all right. Whoops. Don't want to lose track of what goes where for these things. So we've got the big washer that has a boss on it, and then this thin spacer washer. And then of course we've got the nut on the other side. All right, that's that one. So the only one left holding it on now is this one way back in here. So somehow I need to get a wrench up in there to get a hold of that one. There it is. I can feel it right there. Oh, it's so close to it. Yeah, all the grass and stuff is keeping my wrench off of it. Yeah, there's a bar that goes across here that's right in my way. Oh, it's spinning. Why is it spinning? Okay, gonna see if I can get a 14 millimeter on it. Now am I on it? Stinkers. It is a 14 millimeter. Okay, so okay, so I guess I'm taking this off from the wrong side. So I got a 17 millimeter on the top, a 15 millimeter underneath it here. Okay. There we go. So you can see which way is down. You need to keep track of that. Okay, so next thing is the steering column. And I'm thinking it should just come straight out. All right, so if I'm right, yeah, that's just going to lift straight out. So we'll crawl back underneath again and see about the positioning of our two bushings. But I think for today, we're going to call that it and get back to this tomorrow. All right, guys, that's going to be it for today's video. So stay tuned for part 2, and we'll finish getting to the bushings that we got to get to down in here attached to the steering column, and then get everything reassembled. And got it in here, got it this far. Might as well do an oil change as well. Didn't really think I needed it. The oil looked pretty good, but we're going to do it anyway. As once you're this far, what the heck? All right, guys, thanks very much for watching, and we'll see you on the trails the next time.